Hey everybody, welcome back to Das Lab. It's glove day in the lab. What does that mean? We're gonna get a little dirty. With what? We got a new order of stuff came in. I got a project coming up and I needed some precise chunks of metal. And I got this order of 5 sets of matched pairs of 1, 2, 3 blocks. And it's, I think, going to be perfect for what I need. So I'm going to just take these out of the boxes and get them cleaned up in preparation for the next project. But I just wanted to show you what's going on with these 1, 2, 3 blocks and what's involved and how really, well, first of all, I don't know if you can you smell that? We don't have smell-o-vision yet, but these things stink. Okay, they're got that standard coating of schmoo on them that that protects them from getting too rusty. And we are going to find out which is the best way to get that or some of it off anyways. Whether it's brake cleaner or water displacement formula number 40. And just clean them up and get them ready for use. I might just do some rough measurements on them to see if they are actually 1 by 2 by 3. That's inches in the old imperial system. And oh yeah, a little nasty. Okay, so yeah, it's actually not that waxy. It's very slimy and slippery. Let's start off with some of this stuff here. Because WD-40, it's not a lubricant, it's a solvent. If I had a bath, you know, but I'd put it in a bucket and wash them that way. Because I don't know how I'm going to get the internals cleaned that well. Unless you get into with a Q-tip or something. And that's why I'm wearing the gloves, because today, you know, I don't feel like the skin is a pathway in. My experiences working in the nuclear industry, that's one of the things we learned about how you can be exposed to radiation, breathing it in, ingesting it, and the skin is a pathway in. So anything that goes in through your skin has to be processed by your liver. And my liver's got a full-time job with other things I'm putting through my body, so, but you don't see me using a lot of lotions and creams because it gets into your bloodstream and then all your organs have to deal with it. And I'm going to save that for something else. So I don't always wear gloves, but I should be more than I am, but I am today. So at first glimpse, and I can't feel it right now, but the WD-40 seems to have cleaned it out pretty good. And I'm trying to look, I thought some of these were threaded, but I don't see any threads in there. So if you're if you wanted to clamp some of these blocks together, you know, in the various forms that you can do with 1, 2, 3 blocks, you know, maybe they're all threaded. Oh no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are threaded. And I'll get some metric bolts. It's funny because they're 1 inch by 2 inch by 3 inch, but I'm gonna bet dollars to donuts that those are metric threads in there. Maybe not. Maybe not. We'll see. Okay, so first glance, the WD-40 seems to be doing a pretty good job. I still might want to put these in the ultrasonic cleaner just to get into all the threads. Okay, let's see about the old brake cleaner on this one. You gotta admit, I mean, for whatever they're doing, okay, so there's a before and after. Whatever they're doing, they are taking care to protect the parts from rust, oxidization. Right? So that's a good thing. You know, I'd rather clean the wax off than clean or the grease off than be trying to clean rust, because you know the rust is a loss of material somehow. You're oxidizing it and you're going to remove that oxidization and you'll have less material there. And if you're trying to keep a good surface finish, well, you're going to get pitting and whatnot with rust. So that being said, going forward, how do we prevent these things from rusting? Well, maybe a little spray of WD-40 every once in a while. Make sure they're dry when you put them away. Well, I really can't endorse one over the other as far as saying WD-40 versus brake cleaner. Whatever's on sale, I guess, would probably be what you want to go with. Okay, well, you're not going to sit here watching me do that all day. So I'm going to clean up all of these, and they're supposed to be matched pairs. So somehow or another, I may want to mark them or identify them without distorting the surfaces that you know, these pairs go together. I don't know if that really means much, that it says they're a matched pair. That's what the advertisement said. I got all these for $100 Canadian. So that puts that, I don't know, have a carry the 7. Where's my slide rule? 20 bucks a piece for a set. Not bad. Not bad. If you buy in bulk, right? Okay, so I'll finish cleaning these up and then we'll do some measurements on them. See you in a bit. Alright, so what I got here is the poor man's surface plate. It is a piece of sample countertop from a house we moved into, and this was in the garage, and it turns out this is the same color as the countertop they have, and it's about as smooth as I can get for free. Smooth and flat. So you can do your own testing on it, but so I'm using that as a surface plate. So a couple things I noticed about these blocks: they are hardened. I tried scribing them with this carbide tipped scribe, and I could barely scratch it. I put one mark for the one to try to keep the matched pairs together, just to see if there's anything to it. And they are very hard. They are flat. There's no rocking. Oh, shouldn't say it. A little bit of rocking. I guess depends where you are. Yes, they've got to make sure there's no dirt on here. So they're square. They're square and they're flat, so they seem. If I look at this and I do some measurements across here, let me just zero that, and I measure across. I don't see really any deflection. And if I measure the other side, it reads the same on both sides. So that's good, right? No matter which side, if I turn it that way, look at that. It's reading about 0.02 of a millimeter, and that's how accurate they are on both sides. Leave the comments below. Yeah, okay, so that's one of a matched pair. I think this is the other one. It's hard, I can't see my scribe marks. But if you look at that, it's coming right back to the same spot. Okay, so that's what they call a matched pair. All right, so if you go across from one to the next, they look pretty good in that dimension anyways. Okay, now what if I'm going to take another random one here and put that on, and we can see, well, that's pretty well the same as the other ones. It's a pair, I think. If I could barely see the scratch marks I put in it. So that's pretty good. There's a little bit of a divot there. Nice thing too is they're deburred, so there's no sharp corners on them. So that's pretty good in that direction. Another matched pair, and they're coming in at the 0.02 of a millimeter. Okay, another matched pair. So what I'm trying to figure out is, do I bother keeping them labeled as matched pairs, or are they all the same? I don't think they were. It's not like NPN and PNP transistors, push-pull sort of thing, where you're getting them cut off the same wafer of silicon, and they have the same characteristics. Like these are coming out of the same factory, probably all ground within minutes of each other. But as far as I'm concerned, they're all pretty well the exact same dimension. So I'm happy that way. Let me set up for the other dimension, and we'll see what they are like. I'm assuming you can see the scale there. Oh, a little bit of a deviation there. So right on 0, and then a little bit of a drop off on that one. Okay, alright, so same there. The same there. Depends on whether you're tilting them or how you're manipulating them. Okay, one of the things too is I did have them in the ultrasonic cleaner here. Maybe I got a bit too much tension on there. Maybe not enough. In the ultrasonic cleaner, that wasn't very tight. And it didn't get all the schmoo off. My cleaner is a cleaner, it's not a solvent, so I think you really do need a solvent. So a little bit of a deviation there in the 3 dimension. 0, 0, 0. Seems to always be on the second one. Let's see what happens if I do it this way. Okay, not bad. I mean, look, for what I'm doing, for a home jobber. Okay, that's a little bit bigger, that one. Wonder why. Schmoo? A little bit bigger. But they're kind of the same. Anyways, I don't think I'm going to bother keeping them separated. Keep them separated. From that point of view, I think they're all interchangeable for what I'm going to be doing. Which, when you see what I'm going to actually do with these, you're going to probably go, why'd you use 1, 2, 3 blocks for that? And it's because that's what I decided to do. Okay, let's 0 that. The only other thing too is you gotta make sure this is clean. Okay, I want that up a bit more. Okay, I'm at the limit of it. I'm not even touching it. There we go. Okay, so put that on 0. Hopefully you can see. 0. Nice. Matched. 0. So overall, they're pretty darn close to all being the same to each other. Now, I'm not measuring if they're 1 inch, 2 inch, or 3 inches. For what I'm using them for, I just kind of need them all the same. Whether they're actually 1 inch, 2 inch, or 3 inch. I guess I can figure that out in a second. I got some, I got the tools. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, let me get the micrometers back in a second. So, I think this is a really good, I don't have all the tools for doing layout properly, but that is, I think, about as smooth as you're going to get for free. Be right back. Okay, in inches. Oof. Now this is not the best, yeah, see, I got to zero it again. Oh. Not the best set of micrometers here. Calipers. Pretty close. That's an inch. Pretty close. Oh. Yeah. Zero it. I think my battery's dying. Yeah. Well, there you go, eh? Inches. Okay. Well, The next test is to see if the threads inside are metric or imperial. Okay, this is an M8 bolt, and it's too loose in there. I don't have anything bigger. I have like M12, but that's way too big. So that ain't gonna work. Let's see what we got this week. Hey, what do you know? They are imperial. This is a geez, I don't even know what size bolt this is, but that's threading in too far to be metric. So I know it's imperial, and you could bolt things to it. I'm not going to go into all the different things you can do with 1, 2, 3 blocks, but there's another one, definitely imperial. Okay, so if you wanted, so there's 5 holes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like on a die. And if you wanted to tap your own holes, good luck, because this is hardened, and I don't know how hard it is. I don't have any one of those Rockford files to do it with to test the hardness, but I think and of course you're not going to anneal it or temper it or whatever to soften it, because then that would defeat it. So if you're going to be bolting these together, you're going to have to come up with something creative. One of the things I'd like to do, I think, is to be able to make a nut like this, or some sort of a barrel cylinder with a hole in it that I could slide in, and then I could put another bolt in, and you're not going to be able to countersink it, but you could do something creative somehow or another to get what you need somewhere else. So I'm going to have to order some bigger, longer bolts and do something with that. But that is, let's see what I got on the other side. No, that's all smaller stuff. But that's basically it. So that's my review of these things. I'm going to be bolting them together like this, and I'm going to be using them for a stand for another piece of equipment, and little project that I got coming up, modifying something I already exists. So I'm going to be using these as legs for a piece of equipment. I want it to be very solid, and I need it to be very flat. So these are going to serve the purposes for that. And if I get into bigger machining, and people are using these for woodworking all the time too, the old 1, 2, 3 blocks. For whatever configurations you want, go nuts, knock your socks off. Okay, so that's all I got for you today on DasLab. Have fun, be safe, wear your gloves, and don't get any on you like I didn't. See you next time.